Hey Chiefs Kingdom, what's up? Can you believe it? The Kansas City Chiefs just pulled off another nail-biter, edging out the Las Vegas Raiders with a final score of 27-20. That's right, folks, 7-0, and still standing strong as the only undefeated team left in the NFL. Today's victory wasn't just another win. It showcased why the Chiefs are the team to beat this season. So buckle up and get ready for this post-game breakdown. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for all the latest Chiefs coverage right here on the channel. Hey Chiefs Kingdom, what a game we just witnessed. The Kansas City Chiefs pulled off another victory today against the Las Vegas Raiders, taking it 27-20 and keeping their perfect record alive at 7-0. That's right, folks, only undefeated team left in the NFL. This win proves why they're the team to beat. Welcome to the post-game breakdown. Thanks for tuning in as we dive into the highlights. Now, this wasn't a blowout by any means, and yeah, they didn't cover the spread, but the Chiefs did what they had to do to snag that win on the road. Classic division game. And honestly, it felt like the Chiefs had this one under control from the start. The real question was never if they'd win, but by how much. One of the big storylines going into this game was DeAndre Hopkins making his debut with the Chiefs. Fans were itching to see how he'd fit into the mix, especially since guys like Rashee Rice and Hollywood Brown were out, and Pacheco was still recovering. But in his first game in red and gold, Hopkins was a bit quiet. Just 2 catches for 29 yards. No worries, though. Travis Kelce was the star of the show. We'll get into that in a sec. Xavier Worthy also made some nice plays. And the run game? Steady but not spectacular. They rushed for just under 100 yards, with Kareem Hunt leading the charge at 59 yards and a touchdown. Now let's talk about Patrick Mahomes. He went 27 of 38 for 262 yards, threw 2 touchdowns, and even rushed for 17 yards. It wasn't a perfect game, but looking at the bigger picture, you take a performance like this any day, just another step closer to their ultimate goal. The Chiefs didn't light the world on fire today, but sometimes a solid win is all you need in the NFL. With sky-high expectations for this season, chasing that 3rd straight Super Bowl and the 4th of the Mahomes era, fans often expect blowouts. But let's keep it real. This is the NFL, and no game is a guaranteed win. Even against a struggling team like the Raiders, who rolled out Gardner Minshew today, you know you're getting each opponent's best shot. Minshew had one of his best games in a while, going 24 of 30 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. For teams like the Raiders, playing the Chiefs is like their Super Bowl, and you could see that today as they put up a fight. But in the end, the Chiefs took care of business. How would you sum up the Chiefs' performance in one word? For me, it's satisfied. I'm happy with a solid 7-point win on the road in a divisional matchup. Let me know your one-word reactions in the comments. Now, let's break down Mahomes' performance. Sure, he had an interception, extending his streak of games with at least 1 turnover. But let's be real, he's still the guy leading the Chiefs to victory. With all the changes around him, running backs, wide receivers, and an offensive line that's had its moments, Mahomes is still elevating this team. If he makes a mistake or two, that's just part of the deal when you're constantly trying to make plays. What matters is the Chiefs keep winning, and he's at the heart of it. And how about Travis Kelce? He was absolutely clutch today with 10 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. For anyone saying he's slowing down or not focused, Kelce just proved them wrong. Vintage Kelce was on full display when the Chiefs needed him most. So let's chill on any worries about Mahomes and Kelce. They're doing what they do best. This duo is not going anywhere. Now, who was your MVP for the Chiefs against the Raiders? I'm going with Kelce. Drop your picks in the comments. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, the go-to for daily fantasy sports made easy. Here's how it works. You pick 2 or more players, choose a stat like fantasy points or yards, and decide if they'll get more or less. Head to prizepicks.com and use promo code SALS for a special offer. Spend just $5 and you'll get $50 free. No need to win to earn the bonus. This week, I picked Mahomes for over 229.5 passing yards, and that hit. Unfortunately, Kenneth Walker of the Seahawks didn't come through on his rushing yards. But hey, that's how it goes. Everywhere you looked, the Chiefs' defense was stepping up. Drew got a sack, Leo Chenal got 1, Kalen Saunders added another, and even Tershawn Wharton got in on the action. This defense keeps impressing, solid, resilient, and relentless. So let's take a step back. Here we are in 2024, and even with all the new faces, the Chiefs are sticking to their winning formula. Run the football, play solid defense, and keep pushing. The run game wasn't at its peak with just 82 yards, but we know they're capable of more. They're 7-0, and that's what matters. Now, what grade would you give the Chiefs' performance today? For me, it's a solid B+. They got the job done, and there was never a moment you doubted they'd pull it off. Let us know your grades in the comments. For more Chiefs coverage, don't forget to subscribe to the Chiefs Report at youtube.com/CHV. I'm Tyler Jones, and I'll see you tomorrow for Overreaction Monday. Don't miss it. And hey, let's break down the Chiefs' offensive numbers for the day. They racked up 334 total yards, averaging just under 5 yards per play, with 252 coming through the air. The run game might have been a bit limited, but Kareem Hunt stepped up. This was a reminder of how much they're missing Pacheco. Hunt's a solid addition, but Pacheco's return could really elevate this run game. On defense, Nick Bolton led in tackles, and despite Minshew playing well, the Chiefs held the Raiders to 228 yards, forced a fumble, and kept them to just 20 points. Drew Tranquill's fumble recovery shows how focused this defense is on creating turnovers. With injuries still shaking things up, Johnson went out in the first half with a concussion. There's a chance GM Brett Veach might look for some help in the cornerback room. But overall, this Chiefs defense has been impressive. The pass rush was on fire, racking up 5 total sacks. The defense showed up when it mattered most, especially after that interception. They took the tough spot at the 3-yard line, held strong, and completely shifted the game's momentum. That stop was crucial. They could have let up, but instead, they made it clear the Raiders had to earn every single yard. And on offense, those standout plays were key. That early third down catch set the tone, and even though I missed him on a corner route, he still got open. The touchdown to Travis was another classic moment. He's just so reliable in those situations. Plus, we connected on a route we'd barely practiced. It's all about those tight window throws. We carried that energy all the way to the win, and it shows when the defense and offense click like that, the Chiefs are tough to beat. All right, let's dive into the Chiefs' offensive numbers from today's game. They racked up 334 total yards, averaging just under 5 yards per play, with 252 of those coming through the air. The run game was a bit more limited, totaling 82 yards. Kareem Hunt stepped up big time, but it's clear we're missing Pacheco. Hunt's been a solid budget addition, but when Pacheco gets back, he could really elevate the run game, especially with Hunt backing him up. This team is definitely still a run-first squad. On the defensive side of things, Nick Bolton was leading the tackles, and even though Gardner Minshew had a decent game, the Chiefs held the Raiders to just 228 yards, forced a fumble, and kept them to only 20 points. Drew Tranquill's fumble recovery shows how focused this defense is on creating turnovers. That's a big goal for us. We've had some injuries shake things up too, with Johnson going out in the first half with a concussion. And since Watson was already out, I wouldn't be surprised if GM Brett Veach is looking to add some depth to that cornerback room. But overall, this Chiefs defense has been super impressive. The pass rush was on fire today, notching 5 total sacks. They really showed up when it mattered, especially after my interception. They had a tough spot at the 3-yard line, stood their ground, and completely shifted the game's momentum. That stop was everything. They could have let up, but they made it clear the Raiders had to work for every inch. Now, on the offensive side, there were some standout plays that were crucial. That third down catch early on set the tone, and even though I missed him on a corner route, he still got open. The touchdown to Travis was another prime example of how we win in man coverage. He's just so reliable out there. Plus, there was a play we'd only practiced once or twice, but his route running was spot on, and we connected even in tight zone coverage. And Travis, he's the ultimate team player. Everyone wants to see him score more than he does. He's all about winning, and that's what makes him special. Even on National Tight End Day, it was all about playing ball for him. His mindset and dedication to the team are what make him so important to Chiefs. It's clear Chiefs' offense is coming together nicely. On that third down play, they only practiced it a couple of times, but they hit the spot perfectly. Everyone was doing their job, whether it was running or making those crucial throws. This game had all the feel of a classic rivalry, no matter what the records say.